Well. Entirely different topic. Flying cars. Well, before I got into IT, of course, I've always loved computers from a very early age. I've always loved the future of aviation, where flying cars are concerned. And I've had many concept designs over the years. And I thought, you know what? Why don't I share with the world what I've been thinking about for the last 20 something years? And perhaps that might help somebody who is heavily involved in building or looking for ideas. And so here we are, flying cars. You've watched the Jetsons, haven't you? You've seen some films, and if all, every one of them has predicted flying cars. And today we're going to talk about flying cars. So you can see that the word flying here has a little bit of an aerofoil, and then the cars seem to have the car. All right, so I'm just going to zoom out a bit and let's go to what I think of flying cars or the future of flying cars. So the biggest challenge we've had is that cars cars have always had they've got big wheels, yeah, and these wheels have always looked like that. And of course, so that's a car. Okay, now to get a car like this to fly involves many different things. Now, I know many have tried to sort of put a wing in here and put the airfoil in there and get some engines here to try to blow some wind across so you can generate your lift and your drags and then of course your thrust and whatever. That all sounds interesting, but doesn't really make it look like flying cars, if you know what I mean. And so one idea that I have was focusing on reinventing the wheel, literally designing the wheel to be one that can fly, all right, that can take off. And so many years ago, I came with the idea of changing the wheel to have a sort of, and maybe I should just sketch that on the side. Hang on a second, let me just go over here and let's go over here and create a new one. So this is the idea that I had. Okay. Now, what if, what if the tire, and I'm going to try and do a cross section of it. Uh-oh, too much. What if the tire, okay, it's giving close. Over there. All right, the tire, okay, no, Microsoft, come on. Yeah, so the tire, instead of it just being something so different, what we could do is we could make the tire rather house the aerofoil. Okay, and to do that, this is my idea of it. Let's get rid of this. So my idea was this, and guys, bear with me for a second. So now the traditional aerofoil may look like this, okay? But if it was a tire, it would revolve. Let me just zoom a bit and just make it go to small. Okay. So what I'll do is So instead of the aerofoil being like that on the side of an airplane, the idea that I had many years ago, and I can't even tell you how long ago that was, maybe 2005, was to get this one to go around. Okay, so you see similar for here, but it goes around in a discular format, or like a wheel form, like a wheel form. I'm gonna try and make it as small as possible because that might help. Okay, I've done this. I'm just struggling with this piece here. So I'm gonna make it a little smaller. So I'll have this disc here, but then I'll have that over there, and then so it will end up here like that, and it will go around, and of course, you just use a different color here. Let's use blue, and just imagine it's like a cross section, okay, and then it has this middle bit. So this middle bit will be that of the tire, okay, and of course the imaginary will be these will come this way, and these will go around, and will complete there, and will complete there. Yeah. So this is now housed in the tire itself. All right. So I'm going to try and see if I can stretch the tire this way. All right. So in the tire, you have this cooler aerofoil, but then it means that you should have a bit of wind going over this aerofoil to generate the lift upward. Right. So now in your hourly ring, let me tell you something colorful. Right. Uh, Put this there. So underneath this is is like like a motor there, and then you would have your propeller blade propeller all housed in here, right? And of course this spins and then it sends air downwards on the surface of this aerofoil, which is circular, and it sends a lot of air down here, which generates the lift you're looking for. Now, this bit here, it's firmly attached to the tire here. The tire goes to the body. Well, that's the car with that. So this is space of time. So this revolves around. Okay, this when you want to take off, it revolves around, and then of course it generates so much lift that this takes off, and then the car actually goes up. So this is an idea I had. So what the drawing will eventually look like this. It will look like this. It will look like your car, and then you would have this bit here. Okay. And then of course this is the bit that is the interesting bit. So in this here, you would have your little sort of engine there, and you have your propeller. Let me try and use blue for this other one here, the red one. And then you have your airfoil in here. Hang on, this is different color. You have your airfoil in here. Okay? And that airfoil, of course, goes around all the way there. And then over here as well, your airfoil here. So just like that. And it goes all the way around until it comes here. So this is already turning. Okay? It's transmitted across here. You've got a mechanism here. It's like angled gears, and they'll turn here as well, and they'll turn this way. And then these blades will push wind or air downwards, and this guy will start getting lifted up, and of course, it will force this car to lift off. Now, if you wanted to move forward, same mechanism, just like you have in a drone. This one here will turn that way. Okay, and then move forward. Okay, if you want to go backward, this one will turn this way, and it can reverse. So this is, by the way, the concept I've had for a long time for flying cars. So we need to just reinvent the wheel, literally reinvent the wheel, to make sure it can house this aerofoil. And then in the rim, we have this little engine there with this rotor thing with the blades, and then pushing air downwards to this, which generates a lift for takeoff. So I just want you guys to tell me what you think about my concept, and um, let's see any ideas that we all may have. All right, thank you so much for your time. Catch you on the next one. So this is my flying car. So flying car concept by put my name in here. Samuel Pond. Yep. So this is my flying car, and then stick over here. Concept. Okay, guys, thank you, and let me know what you think. More ideas that I have, we're going to show the world. All right, catch you guys later, and thank you for tuning